Hi again, this is Rocketman. This time I'm gonna show you a replay of my Leona rank game I played on March 23rd, 2015, and it's about on Diamond 5 or Diamond 4 elo, around that. And I wanna go go over my runes and masteries very briefly. So basic stuff, 0129, it's a little bit of defense for max health, and the rest goes into the utility tree. As you can notice, I don't need the mana regen since Leona is a very all-in heavy support champion. She doesn't need a lot of her spells. Don't cost a lot of mana, and she doesn't use them often because every time Leona uses her spells are to trade very aggressively or even go all in for a kill. So it's it's kind of like waiting for openings or opportunities and then go. Yep, that's the masteries. For runes, very straightforward: flat armor, flat magic resistance, and flat health quints, just to ensure like tankiness and to be able to tank damage against the enemy bot lane straight up. So I picked Leona after Katarina insta-locked her first pick, just to synergize with Cat, because our team kind of lacks engage, because we have Udyr and Irelia who are not very... they can't initiate from range. They need to like get close first by running up to the enemies. Like Irelia can double Q onto caster minion or a low melee minion, and then Q again onto a carry, and then CC him. But it's not very like... it's pretty obvious, and Leona can catch people out of position with her long range initiation with the ultimate. So that's why I decided to go for this pick. Regarding the matchup, we're quirky Leona with very high burst against a Caitlyn Vel'Koz combo, and they have like insane poke and range advantage. So our goal will be to force all-in trades to get as close as possible to deal a lot of burst damage and kill them, and their goal is to harass and poke us out of lane so that we both are too low to trade, and are they'll try to force us out of lane basically. So just defending the jungle. Oh damn, my camera. I need to move my thing over. Oh wow, I'm so lost. How about this? I think this is better because my mini map. Scale this. Guess this'll do fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm just I warded the tri-brush guarding this entrance. Nothing much going on. With your starting tiger. Wow, that skin is ugly. Holy. The Trick 2G skin is the only one and only skin to go with. Okay, so we help him with the leash, pretty standard. That's why he loves bot lane, because the jungler loves bot lane, because we can help him leash. And as you see, I steal a whole chunk of XP from the jungler. Yep, and he's not even mad. Maybe he is, whatever. So I get the 2 Targon stacks off. Yup. Corki misses Q. We trade I Yep, that was a pretty terrible mispositioning. Like she basically Caitlyn disrespected our combo and we forced a flash very early. Yep. So I'll pause it right here. Um, as you could see, I just walked up into this brush and used my Zenith blade. I missed both of them because maybe because I'm bad. I predicted Caitlyn to stay at that angle, like on her minion line, but she actually stepped one step back, so I missed my Zenith blade. But as Leona, you want to, because Leona is a very obvious champion in that regard that her ranges are pretty short, and everyone knows what Leona does. She just EQ W's, R's, and then kills stuff. So as soon as I walk into the brush, I try to E onto them because they that way I deny vision because Vel'Koz wasn't standing in the brush at that moment, and then I could have gotten like the combo off. Yep, but I missed, so it didn't happen. Yup. And it continues. Yup. I get hit by the stuff from Vel'Koz. As you can see, the minion waves are pretty much dead even. Yep, I don't want to use my my relic shield stack onto the if there's the option to get a cannon minion, I always get the cannon minion since it's the highest gold income. Okay, I'm pausing here again. So notice wow, my cam is blocking again, but whatever. Notice that Vel'Koz is too far. He's like even farther behind than the Caitlyn, and Corki is in a position, since there are only two caster minions blocking his way, to follow up on my engage. Caitlyn is way too far in the front. Like, she has to CS the caster minions, but we can effectively deny her because I'm Leona and I can zone her off of CS, especially with her flash down. So this is the punishment for her mispositioning. Yup. I combo her. Corki Lancers his combo, the auto attack and Q. We keep on trading. Okay, so here. Wait a sec. This play right here. So you see my flash. Before I flash, I target the Caitlyn. I have the mark on her, like my ping on her, like right here. So I know for a fact that her flash is down, and like I flash from here onto this location just to EQ combo her again. Like I just hit level 3, so I proc my W mid-air, and Corki has I know that when he traded first, like that he only used auto attack and Q, so he didn't activate his E because he didn't skill E, he skilled W just for opportunities like this. So I know that because Vel'Koz is again at like even behind his 80 carry, like not on the same level, that he's like in retreat mode or not able to help her out because he's not on the same height as her. So Corki can just fly in for free and get this free kill, because Caitlyn can only move like towards this direction with her E, and we'll still like Corki will still be able to chase with his W and his flash and all his spells. So this is a pretty guaranteed kill because I secure it with my flash. Yup. And boom, there we go. First blood Leona. My W kills her. My W proc. Yup. We just yeah, I ping onto him because I'm Leona and I want to kill stuff. And I miss. Like, I overestimate the range of her, obviously. Okay, I have another relic shield stack, so all we want to do is get as much CS as possible and back off to buy, and yep, that was very advantageous for us. So when Caitlyn flashed, I timed it. It was at 2:27, so 5 minutes after. My premade dies to Riven top as Aurelia because he's terrible. No, just kidding. He dies because it was an insanely close trade. Shit happens. I get my potions and a sidestone. And yeah, Corki and Art are just discussing summoner spells, but what is down, what's up, and like after seeing like the dominance or the pressure, kill pressure I can apply, we'll just continue to play that game, the zoning and punishing game. Sounds so fucking evil. Okay, so yep. So I choose to back off here because we don't want to really trade against so many minions. This is a fine trade, but Corki decides to overstay. Let me show you what happens here really quick. So Corki stays in this direction and tanks the damage of both after I am already retreating to, like, towards this location. This is like typical solo queue stuff where one member wants to keep trading and the other wants to is already done with the trade and wants to back off. But the reason why he's doing this is he's baiting very hard, because we see on the minimap that Udyr, okay, can you actually see this on the minimap? Udyr, wait, okay, here, and Katarina's always also moving, but they're pretty far away, so this is a very risky bait by Corki since he's has already run like he has been poked very low. Okay. I exhaust Caitlyn to make sure Corki survives as long as possible, and I give the kill to Udyr, and I know that I'll get, okay, so that Katarina will get the kill. We go for this dragon because there's not much to explain, because we killed their bot lane, and there's not much, like, since they're dead they have to come from base, and there's not much that they can respond to this call. We see that Sejuani is level 5, so we're not scared of 3-man ultimate. Ahri is also incoming, but she's also level 5. So right here I make the following mistake. Look at Sejuani. She tried to steal. She's right beside like Katarina and Udyr, and like she dashes into them. She wastes her gap close just to not get the dragon. No, actually she gets it. Like, that's good of her. But she dashes into 3 people, and I go for the Ahri because it's like my bet. She's the squishier target, and I think like it's easier to burst her down. but that way I don't use my spells to lock down Sejuani, so both get away, as you'll see in a sec. Yep, and Sejuani flashes out, and I have no mana left. Yep, Sejuani steals the dragon. That was very nice of her, or very bad of us. Can be interpreted either way. I ping Corki to be careful because I want a base since I have no mana left. Nice, top gets a kill. So because this is solo queue, I just want to like show lane presence and show Corki that I'm supportive of him, that I'm not like abandoning him all the time. But now I just tell him that I'm and he can clearly see that I'm backing. So it's always important to be on the same page with your AD carry, especially when you're not pre-made. Bad stuff can happen if you abandon them too often. They'll get salty and whatever. You know how this works. Okay, so this right here. Wait a sec. You see, I'm coming, and I'm like my premate just killed top, and he just recalled. So wait, okay, and you see back here, there's a ward. That's like the best teleport ward, like the deepest ward you can get in the lane, and it's right beside the trap, but not on top of a trap. So when Irelia, who told me that she's gonna teleport soon, won't step into the trap immediately. So yeah, they're pretty far up. They're not expecting a teleport gang, and as I'll hit the lane or I'll reach the lane, I'll just instantly engage again. I'm targeting the Caitlyn, and yep, I get the combo off. So I know that Udyr has bear stance, so he's finishing off the Vel'Koz very quickly. Caitlyn chooses to flash, like she has to burn her flash again, so I time it again. It's 13:04 since it's always on 5-minute cooldown. Yup. These wards are like, I like to get down these wards since they apply maximum, they show everything on the bot lane. It's the ward behind the tower is not in tower range, so it can't be cleared without a lens, and the one in the try just lets us, like, allows us to stay as aggressive as we are. And also the river ward is very aggressive as well. Since we're so far ahead, I want to press our advantages as much as possible. So I'm very close to level 6. And again, I ping Corki that I want to go in. So right here on the minimap, you can see Sejuani is waiting here. Katarina is like, she's maybe on her way bot, but we're not sure. Since this is solo queue, you always have to be very aware of your teammates' movements, because sometimes you misunderstand or misinterpret their pathing, and you get baited into situations where they were actually just taking the crab or warding very awkwardly in a very like unexpected position, and just return to lane without you knowing, and you think that people are roaming down, but actually they are not. So I see Sejuani So I don't really want to go because she's ready to counter our level 6 engage. That's like the foresight I have, or like the decision that I make, that it's too dangerous since we see Sejuani. Yep. So Karina's coming. Ari's coming down as well. So it's gonna be a 3 versus 4, and we don't want to fight when we're outnumbered. We really don't want to. So Karina got charmed and used ultimate. Yep. So look at this right here. You see on the minimap that Sejuani decided and Ari both decided to commit onto the Katarina, and so since they decided to commit and they're so far away, they'll this becomes a 2v2 again. So I see the opportunity to go in, since we win 2v2 like by far. Wait. Okay, good. Okay, so Leona is the best champion to punish people for positional mistakes, and this one here, right here, is one. So I land the ultimate stun onto the Valkos, and this Valkos is so squishy, you just see him explode. Like, Caitlyn's damage doesn't even matter. I exhaust her, so we can get, like, the exhaust wasn't very really necessary, because in the time we bursted Valkos, Caitlyn didn't have she didn't have enough damage to retaliate, to threaten Corki's life. I just run around in the brush, always trying to stay out of vision. Yup. So I just decide to make a flashy play here, flash Q onto her, but she just eats away. I overestimate my burst potential without like with my alt on cooldown, so that's my bad. I burned flash for nothing. Yup. So since I'm out of mana again, I'm just basing. I get boots of mobility to be able to roam, and head back bot lane again. Okay, Udyr kills the Riven top with Irelia, which is very good because they stop Irelia from snowballing. Riven from snowballing, sorry. Like, once Irelia hits Triforce, gets her Triforce, the lane is gonna be much more difficult for Riven. Okay, so here, this just basic nice guy support stuff. You draw the minions like up here, or just stay right in the spot like I am doing right now, and you just tank up the minions. Corki is very close. He's like right here, and so that he can CS the stuff without losing any farm to the tower. Yup. Replay continues. Tank, tank, tank. Okay, I lance this area, the tri-brush, and okay. So I'm in preparation for dragon. I'm already pinging assist me a few times. I'm the king of spam pinging, because that's, like, for me, solo queue works best this way. So people, even if you annoy them, they know what you want, because I'm so persistent. I get 3 wards down right here. This, like, these locations, let me draw this down for you really quickly. So this equals like this choke point. Can you see it on the, wow, and also this area right here, and also this part down. So everything is covered. Like, the first circle I drew is for any like for Ari, if she wants to join the dragon, like wants to contest dragon, the second circle is for the bot lane if they decide to walk through like the safe path through their blue buff, and the other circle, like the one I drew on the minimap, is for the bot lane if they want to come through the river, which is fairly dangerous for them, depending on our position. So these three wards like cover dragon best. Yup. Okay. So I know dragon is coming up, since this is, I think it's like in a minute or something. We see Valkos is out of position, and Katarina's also moving down, so these are basically two very free kills. That's all Leona does, just catching people out of position. So Corki stops to auto attack the tower, because he wants as many minions to die to the tower as possible. Yep, but we'll see how that goes. I step into a trap because I don't pay attention. I just tunnel onto Ari. We get a nice counter teleport from Aurelia. So Ari is like, it was a 2v2 collapse. Udyr was on his way, but since Aurelia was coming, she forced them off of us. That was very good. And so now we have 5 people on the dragon, and the enemy team is nowhere to be seen. Okay. Riven steps too far forward so that she's in the Aurelia combo range, and we can just all follow up because Riven is solo frontlining. Okay. So look at this right here. My whole team is in full retreat. They're retreating like towards our bot lane Tribrush, and I'm basically frontlining right now, but at the same time I'm fairly healthy and pretty tanky with my W on, so I'm not too afraid of dying. So Udyr dies here because he tanks too much damage. Katarina still wants to go. Caitlyn flashes out again. Like, this is... Yeah, wait a sec, we get the kill onto Caitlyn. I miss my ult completely. I see that this is like hindsight is real. We left the tower alive so that more minions could kill. So that the tower would kill more minions to deny XP and farm to the enemy bot lane. But now I'm cut off. I can't run through the tower since it will kill me. And I don't know. Like if I ran down like straight towards my lane, I don't know if I would have survived. But anyways, it was a very terrible, like, a decision by Udyr in the first place to make us go in again, and then Katarina spamming that she was going in, so it was like double bait and we all ended up dying for it. Yup. And rip Leona. Bye bye. Okay. Yeah, so everyone is just like, okay, that was too deep, whatever, let's not do that again. Overall scoreboard, it's 14-8, so after that horrible decision of ours, we're still pretty far ahead. I'm heading bot lane again. I'm pinging onto the tower, and I tell my team that we can dive the turret since it's one hit, one auto attack from death, away from death, so we can dive, kill the turret with one hit, and then continue to kill whoever is hugging the turret. Okay. So you see right here, we have 4 people collapsing onto Caitlyn once again. So like, this is a typical mistake that you think you're safe under your tower, but since it's that low, you're not safe at all, since there are like 4 people wanting to kill you. And yeah, she doesn't even do anything anymore. She's just like, okay. Also, yeah, look at this. Like, I have my ult up right now, and look at how far Vakos is up. Like, he's standing right here asking me to ult him. Like, I'm in ult range for sure, but he should be standing back here, not even trying to poke or even look at me. So yeah, this is what he gets. Stun hits, Q, and he's dead. I missed my Eon to Ahri, but didn't really want to go in. 2 kills on their bot lane is enough. I don't want to be greedy because we know what happened last time when we were greedy. So I don't really want to clear it, and now my lens is down. So we get spam ping back because if you notice right here, Aurelia is spam pinging us because wait. So she pings top is missing, right? Question mark. And we know that Riven just showed here. Udyr is counter jungling, as Udyr always farms. So Riven, Ahri with ult, Sejuani with ult, Caitlyn can respawn and ult as well from a pretty long range, and we're only like 3 people, and I have ult down, so we have we have no CC at all and when Riven comes in and flash stuns 3 of us, we're all dead, and Udyr can't do anything about it. Like, we need my ult to be able to fight properly. So that's why we get pinged back so often, and yep, we decide to not overstay our visit. Yep, and the replay goes on. We run. Yeah, I think this Karina is always baiting me with her weird movements. So we get all 3 men ulted. The Riven comes in. Yep. The Riven goes to deep again. Like, after our whole combo was used and she didn't kill anybody, she was out of position because she had to deal with the cooldowns. Aurelia's knocking on the top turret, so we know that she's not gonna be here. So Udyr spam pings onto Ahri. Look at her mana. Like, Quirky, like, if you see the cursor direction, my cursor is right here. So I'm ready to go on Ahri without any mana. The Sejuani is almost dead. Corki is ready, and Udyr is the one pinging us in. So we're just turning around again because they have health. One has no health, which equals no combat stats, and Ahri has no mana, which also is very, very disadvantageous for a caster mage. Yup. So I hit my E onto both, but I end up on Caitlyn, and Caitlyn dies again. So Caitlyn dies like 50 million times in a row, which is very huge for us in that regard, that she's pretty much on tilt because she's just been denied and killed since level 2, I think. We forced her flash and killed her so often that, like, there are a few players who are mentally stable enough to, like, withstand such a bad game, but most players are just like, meh, don't want to play this anymore. So I'm asking my team if Leona always goes out of mana, because I feel like I'm not handling my mana well as usual, but again, I didn't use any mana regen in my mastery, so I guess it's my bad. What we do here, we push out bot. And yeah, he suggests Frozen Heart, but they have too much AP damage to, like, I benefit off of Frozen Heart because of the mana. So this is very awkward because I stand on top of a ward without realizing it, because I was like literally right on top of a ward. This right here. What I am trying to create is a choke point, like the control of a choke point with my pink ward, that I am able to, because my ultimate is up, I can flank from inside here. Katarina is also with me. Caitlyn is still bot lane. Udyr is right here, probably counter jungling because that's what Udyr does. Aurelia and Corki are here. So since Caitlyn is cut off and I want to gain vision off of this brush, I can ult from the side. That's what Leona excels at, like ulting out of the shadows, catching carries or squishy targets off guard, and then engage from the side. That's my job. So that's what I'm trying to do right here. Yep. So I land my ulti only on Sejuani. So this right here, I land the ult on Sejuani. Aurelia was in range, Katarina was in range, but we didn't want to collapse onto a single stunned frontline tank who was only stunned for 1 second. I didn't want to waste the rest of my combo since their team was there to follow up, and all we would have done is clumped up and get Sejuani ulted and get wrecked in that small area, also with a Caitlyn trap there. So the beauty about Leona ult is you can see right here, it has a very short cooldown. It's about 1 minute 10 seconds down here, so it's about 75 seconds. In the late game, it's like 60 seconds. On the cooldown is like on 60 seconds. So whenever I fail an engage, in long range engage, I can just we can retreat as a team, like as whole, and then wait for my ult to come up and then try again and play defensively for 60 seconds. That's not very hard to pull off. We can just run, gain distance and stuff. Yep. So Katarina, yep. So, oh wait a second, they're gonna, okay, 3-man ult. So escape, good. Here Katarina gets caught, kinda, and then Sejuani lands a very nice ult onto those three. You can see their team is like behind Ahri. Ahri is like barely we can barely see Ahri. My ult is down, so this spot is pretty disadvantageous for us. I will, I think, continue to walk up and insta-exhaust the Riven, since she's walking towards them to combo them, since they're all stunned. This is a nice catch by Sejuani, and I think we should lose this fight, but we'll see how it plays out. Okay, nice. Nice. So this is actually good because we turn onto the Sejuani. The rest of the team recognizes that Their main engage ult is down and their tank died, so they kinda left her for dead. Just clearing vision. So right here, Riven is fairly low, so yep, she uses her combo for no reason, like her movement, like her combo, which gives her a lot of movement and into the wrong direction into us. So I just walk up and stun her, so she dies. Right here, Katarina wants to bait. Ari falls for the bait. I stun her again. Miss my E. And we don't get anyone. But it was a nice bait by Katarina, and also overcommitment by the Ari. She even tanked a turret shot, I think. Okay, Udyr solos it. He's pretty good champion at soloing objectives. Split pushing, taking enemy jungle at lightning speed, and also dragons. He can't really solo Baron, but yeah, who can? Okay, I'm indicating that I'm walking towards the Alcos. We don't really want to fight in the spots since they're all pretty grouped, like pretty close by, but we don't want to give up our wards, like our vision, for free. Okay. So let's pause right here. You can see Caitlyn on the minimap is bot. Our Aurelia is teleporting in. I have my ult up, so look at the position of Vel'Koz and look at us. Like, Udyr is still farming, Aurelia is coming in, so she's gonna have a QE combo up, which will at least slow the enemy Sejuani. But I think we can just, like, when we go for this kill on Vel'Koz or on Sejuani, either way the Katarina will become incredibly dangerous because will be a huge threat to the enemy team, since she can reset and jump again. Like, her cooldowns become like ridiculously low. Yep, so again, poor positioning by the enemy team, especially from Vel'Koz. Like, although we're catching Sejuani right now, Vel'Koz is like not respecting our comp again. He should be like way behind his tower since his poke range is so long. Aurelia comes in. Nothing much happening. Okay. We know that Udyr is not there. So, yep. Udyr is coming from the side. And Aurelia blocks the Caitlyn ulti. Okay, so right here, the Udyr is indicating that he's pushing bot lane. So, back off. Yep. Okay, look at this now. This is a lot of pausing, but I want you to know, like, our thought processes. It's not like that we're just magicians or something, that we know, like, that we catch people magically. It's all due to superior vision and superior rotating, although this is solo queue. So this Udyr is gonna split push bot. That we know that for a fact. So I tell my whole team to back off. Like, we can't stand above that turret line, because this is like a perfect engage spot for the enemy team. So they've all gone missing. I think I spot Caitlyn walking into enemy wolves, so her only way to go out safely is through the wolves now, like through the thin wall towards her base, like towards the Steins Gate thingy here. So we're like pretty much like when Udyr is going towards this location and we're also moving towards there, their wolves is like wolf camp, that area, like the blue buff area is also like very dangerous for them to be in. Yup. So I ping that we see Caitlyn here. She actually walks towards us. So here I land the pretty fancy combo, flash stun, because I knew where she would E over, like the E I talked about earlier, the only way she could get out safely, but I denied it by flash ulting her. So Riven looks like she wants to engage here. So right here. Sec. Okay. Look at this. This is a pretty beautiful engage from Riven, but the only bad thing about this is that she's alone. Like she stuns up 3 people. Aurelia doesn't get stunned, but the stun doesn't last too long on her anyways because she's Aurelia. So it would be devastating if she had follow up, but since like we can see behind the turret there's no one from the enemy team, so she's alone. I have my exhaust up, so I'll continue to exhaust her to nullify her damage and we just nuke her. And Corki loses like about half HP, it's fine. So yep, Sidrani dies, Vel'Koz is out of position as always, and we can just walk up and kill the turret. So what was bad about that is that they didn't chain their CC. They went in one after another and then all died. Okay, look at this. I'm overextending like hell. Okay. I'm still tanking turret. My ult is down, so this is a very, very poor position. I bait my entire team to follow up to dive through turret, since you see the minions, they're back here on the minimap. They're very, very far away, so this is way, 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 way too deep, and totally my bad because I bait my entire team as well. And I died to turret. Bye bye. Yep, everyone is going super, super deep. And Aurelia recognizes that she's the tankiest member, so she just takes one for the team and runs like tanks turrets so that everyone can get out safely, all alive. Yeah, that's what I'm typing to my team, so that they, yeah, it's pretty obvious that they shouldn't overstay, but at the same time in solo queue everyone overstays all the time. And rest in pepperonis, Corki. It's fine, it's 25 to 12. I was pretty derped by me, but whatever, shit happens. So, super low HP Aurelia is defending against a full HP Riven. Very brave move. Yup, I decide to not go there. I decide to collapse onto mid, since we see Caitlyn in the river. Riven is bot, so we're ready to engage. So this is also a pretty important thing. Like, that was, I really like that Katarina didn't go. We knew that Caitlyn is in this area, like in the mid lane brush, ready to join her team. Riven and Aurelia are bots, so it's practically Corki is still behind the tier 2 turret, 3 versus 3 at best. I land alt onto both. It's actually the stun, so it's pretty nice, but just like the Riven thing, like when Riven engaged onto the three of us with the flash stun, we don't have any follow-up. So Katarina recognizes it, and I recognize it as well. So we decide to, although I land a nice two-man stun, to just back off since my ult has very low cooldown, and we achieved our goal of defending this turret. This was actually not like at the same time it was an attempt to kill them, but the primary goal was to defend this turret, and we succeeded. Ward. Karina is roaming bot to get the kill on Riven, but Riven has already based, so I'm pinging the Caitlyn because I want to go, but too slow. I mean, she did pretty horrible in lane, but she's not that stupid. This is not bronze. Okay. We're only 3, so a supportish tank and the 2 carries are mid, so we should never be that far up in lane. We should just hug turret until everyone else is coming. We're splitting again because that's what Trick 2D does. I'm trying to... I always ping towards the location I'm heading to, because I want my team to back me up when I try to clear vision or ward or generally invade the enemy jungle, so I don't die alone. So we see that Udyr is losing a fight to Sejuani, and also that Ahri ganked top, so right here. We wait. So we don't know the HP and cooldowns from Ahri and Sejuani, what they burned to kill the Udyr, but we see Sejuani on the mini-map right here. So I have ult up, but like this is a window of opportunity because 2 people committed to kill our Udyr. So this is a temporary 4 versus 3 situation, and when we this is the time to go now, like now or never, because otherwise if we don't go they'll just regroup and then they'll be 5 versus 4 and we'll probably be able to defend this turret or even beat us in a fight because Udyr is dead. Like, okay, I'll start the playback, but you have to identify the moments you can go in, and this window of opportunity was really short, so the minions die and I don't go. Okay, we just go towards dragon. We have very sufficient warding and vision, at least on the side, like because they only can go through the path, like it's the fastest path. Okay, wait a sec, sorry. So it's the fastest path to walk through the pink ward I placed before. So this is me again, super derp. I collapse onto Riven, and I actually get chain CC'd pretty a lot by Ahri Charm, I think, and the Vel'Koz knockout thingy. But yeah, it's because Corki is behind, not close enough to deal damage. Also, kind of zoned by the trap, and I don't see Udyr on the map right now. But I take a lot, too much damage. But we'll see how this fight continues. Yep, I ult. So Kata gets 1 reset, 2 reset, 3, 4 hourglass. Okay, So Katarina dies because she gets turret aggro after coming out of her thing, the hourglass. Aurelia gets a nice flash Q kill onto the enemy Vel'Koz because out of position, you know what I mean. We get a free dragon again. So don't be mistaken, this was totally my bad. I went too deep again, but since we're so far ahead and since Katarina got the resets, it turned out well for us, but it shouldn't have. Like, it was an incorrect call and incorrect engage by me, but we're too far ahead, so it didn't matter that I died because we came out very far ahead. We took tier 2 mid, 3 kills, 4 kills, including Vel'Koz, and also the dragon. Udyr is pinging assist me, so we're following. Ahri is collapsing, so look at this right here. Wait, I'm up. Okay, here. So Ahri ulted. She missed charm onto the Corki, and Sejuani is pretty low. This is like where the support me. I have the decision to either go for the closest target or to peel for my AD carry. So what I know is that Udyr has insane chase potential by switching from his whatever, the bear stance stun to Phoenix to Tiger to whatever he wants to bear pigman, you know. He can just switch and kill Sejuani in the process because he's like has so much more HP. So I decide to run this route and assist my AD carry. I have exhaust, so I can like in a very if she landed charm, I would have just flashed over the wall and exhausted her instantly and put my ult down. But since she missed charm, I know that most of her damage is not there. It's not gonna be there. Okay, Udyr does the same, and I land the slow ult, and it's enough. You don't always have to land a stun for the assist. So Udyr gets kinda caught and collapsed on. Okay, look at this. I ping Caitlyn, of course. Whiteboard. Blah blah. This is my obvious target. I'm in E range. Aurelia is not there. Sejuani is super low. Corki is, I think, he is fighting with Vel'Koz. But once I land the stuff on her, on the Caitlyn, Katarina can just like jump onto her, and we burst the Caitlyn to get the reset and kill a Riven in the process. Because once I EQ onto the Caitlyn, I can just exhaust Riven to so that we kill the squishier target and then move on to the Riven after killing finishing off Cait. Okay, teleport, nice. Okay. And goodbye Vel'Koz. Out of position. Okay, my flash there was pretty much wasted. And I missed my E. And we ping Baron. We know that Sejuani just based, and but we're really far ahead and we're not really afraid. Vel'Koz is dead and he's like the support for their team, so there are probably no wards up. Okay, no wards in the area. I asked the team to bait. Corki needs to base. I think Aurelia's teleport is down. I'm not like 100% sure. And yep, Katarina. Like, what I really like about this Katarina is that she knows when to back off. Like, we wanted to bait, but she realized that we were too few members, too few members of our team were there, so she decided to back off over the wall. And she is also very quick on her her escape mechanic. I'm out of position, so I have to regroup to not get caught in the jungle. We see, okay, right here. We see Aurelia and, oh wait. We see Aurelia and Riven fighting here. So, the moment we know that Aurelia is stronger than Riven, so Riven can't defend against the split push Aurelia. I think Udyr is top, so Karina is getting collapsed on a lot, like by a lot of members. There are two people chasing and two people onto her, so the entire team is basically onto Katarina, and Udyr is not there. So we that's actually bad for us, but Karina is pretty good at juking and buying time, I guess. Okay. I land the stun onto two members. Katarina, I think, flashed over the wall. Comes over. We get stunned, and she, like, the moment she gets out of stasis, she gets a random skill shot and dies. I think to Caitlyn Q. Okay, so my premade Aurelia is oh wait, is told me that she's not going for the split push anymore and collapsing from behind. So what I'm doing, is like semi-optimal. I have no armor. If you look at my things, I just built full support and was going for the am going for the locket. So I have one cleanse, one shield, and one AoE shield. But what right now I'm trying to like keep them in range and to possibly collapse onto the same target as Aurelia. But in the process I take a lot of damage because I have no armor. Yep, Caitlyn jukes me or I get outranged, I guess. Blah blah. I'm eating auto attack. I cleanse myself. Corki blocks it, and I don't know. He just burst her. Like that was pretty insane. The burst. The Sejuani barely escapes. Aurelia wanted to collapse, but she got focused alone and exhausted, so she died in the process. There was like we killed Caitlyn because she was out of position, or she went for the kill on me and didn't respect the Corki damage, but it wasn't played too well, like very indecisively, I guess. Udyr got the top inhib turret, the tier 3 turret, that, which is pretty nice, but he died halfway. Like he got like half of the HP of the inhib. Katarina backing. Baron's still up. What am I doing? Okay, I ping that Sejuani's backing. It's always important to let your team know about stuff that they might miss. Like my map awareness is pretty good. So look at this. Although there were two members, Aurelia just went anyways because she knew that I was close by to assist her, and that's what I will do. Like now it's like now that Kate is dead, we can collapse onto Riven. Ari is like close by, but also but Katarina and Corki are just as close. I exhaust the Riven. Okay. Who is that? Wait a second. Okay, bye Katarina. Um, okay, let me draw something. Karina jumped in. There was like, I think, one of the few moments in the game where she was actually impatient, got caught in the Vakos knock up and killed in the process without providing any damage for the team. So I shield the Irelia to keep her alive. Karina jumps in, which I didn't expect, so but my actives are on cooldown anyways, so that was her bad. Corky, you can see his face is facing towards like he's running. So Riven is almost dead. There are 3 members here, but my ult is down, so I can't land a beautiful solar flare. And Udyr is also coming. So Corky is actually running into the right direction. Udyr is slow anyways to catch up, so we'll probably fight in this area or where Corky stands right now. Riven dies. Corky gets collapsed on. He flies away. He kites very nicely. Like the direction he kites into is really good. Wait. There's something I want to show you. Blah blah. Okay. E, right here. This is something very like crucial that you might have missed that I want to point out. So I eat onto the Sejuani for the gap close. E should always, like, E is a mini stun. It's like barely noticeable. It's like the brief stun you get after you get blitz hooked. Like after the hook you get stunned for a very brief brief duration. But I always use the E for gap close, and then I hold my Q instead of just EQing onto the Sejuani to prioritize the target with higher damage output, because right now Sejuani used her gap close already, and Ahri is a higher threat to Corky. So I hold my Q and walk towards Ahri to zone her off, because she knows that one stun of me and one auto of Corky will insta kill her, instantly burst her. So she can't stay close to me. Yep. And since Ahri runs away, I just Q the Sejuani. And I get stunned. And look at me. So this is solo Q at its finest. You see 1, 2, I think at least 3 team members, like at least 2 team members chasing onto Sejuani. Who's Sejuani? Like there's a very juicy mid turret and inhibitor and also open top inhibitor to get. Instead, these 3 people are chasing in the opposite direction. Like for 1 kill? Like, are you fucking serious? So I just turn around after like noticing how stupid that chase is, and group with my premade Irelia, who's smarter than the rest, and continue to knock down onto the turret. Although I don't have a lot of although I don't deal a lot of damage to the turrets, it's better than one person hitting like getting objectives. We push. Look at them, they're still chasing Ahri, but they get her, but whatever. Yep, so wait. Too far. Okay. Pause right. Okay, look at this. Nope. Big arrow. So I expect Caitlyn to, like, this ult that I placed down, this is my sender, is to next level, because I expected Caitlyn to E out, and that would like if she E'd out, she would have like been stunned right in the center, but as she reacts too slowly, she only gets slowed, so I don't get the fancy, like, I don't do what I intended to do, or don't end up doing what I intended to do. You know what I mean? Yep. Bye bye. Okay. Udyr's coming to help. Yep, Irelia is pretty. Yeah, that's what Irelia does. Just Irelia things. I use both my actives onto her. I survive with 200 HP, not even close, Riven. And they continue to get the inhib. It's worth. Tanking turret. I know that my ult is up in 10, but I continue to base. I don't rush to Udyr's aid because I know how fast his bear stance is and he can just outrun any other champion in the game. Maybe except for ulted Mr. Yi or something. Or Lulu with W on. Yup, this is just my team killing people left and right. We already got 2 inhibs, so your goal in the late game is always to get 3 inhibs. It doesn't really matter what happens after that. You can just take jungle, take Baron, take dragon. 5th dragon is especially important, and the minions will do the rest for you. There's like very little room to come back from 3 inhibs down. Okay, we continue to push for the win. Nothing much to say here in the end. Ari, I have my Q active, but yep, I take a lot of damage. Whatever, this is the win. GG. Okay, so this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. I'm pretty content with my gameplay. I died 3 times. 2 of them were me going too ham, like being too overextended in fights, not recognizing, like not respecting their damage output, and or like seeing how squishy I am. But laning phase wise and like in general, I think I did a pretty solid Leona game, and I hope that you learned something from it. So until next time, and goodbye.